Hi, my name is Jessie Chen. I'm the holder of this diary. Call it When Traveling. I was thinking going to the party that night. The first day I arrived at the hostel, I was told a farewell party was going on and would last until the next day, which was today. The good news was guests were invited to have free alcohol. The bad news was it would be noisy those nights. But they offered a sister hostel which is only 5-minute walk. I then took the offer and thinking going back to attend the party. December 21st, 2021, in Urban Elephants Hostel, Bratislava, Slovakia. I woke up in a good mood that morning because I finally saw the blue sky in more than 1 week. With blue sky, everything went fine. I first walked around the main square and then went to Bratislava Castle. The architectures in main square are neat, and the decoration there is moderate, which gave me an approachable feeling. Walking closer to the peripheral, it's obvious that the ground is progressively rising. Buildings close to peripheral have some kind of plannings and roughness, probably because of the stone material, which creates an unpretending vibe. The subtle roughness of the architecture and the up and down pebble roads just made me think of Tallinn. Bratislava Castle is on top of a hill. Personally, I think it's a good place to calm down, like standing there, seeing those cute houses with orange rooftop and the warm sunshine. I feel peaceful and started to recall my journey in some cities I visited. Vienna, Copenhagen, Tallinn, and Bratislava. Among these 4 cities, there's one thing in common, which is they all have a relatively concentrated and small area in terms of the so-called Old Town or inner city. For me, Vienna and Copenhagen are kind of similar, but Vienna is more delicate. Tallinn and Bratislava share things in common, but Tallinn has more roughness. After some simple reflection, I was suddenly aware of my preference in almost every aspect. I noticed I'm always fond of those things hidden away from most of people's attention. Too impeccable, too luxurious, too delicate are all not my thing. Well, it's kind of magical that I can get some reflection from those cities, right? At 11 p.m., I went to the farewell party with a French and a Portuguese volunteer there. The party, I feel like it's more like a private gathering of the volunteers there. Like everyone had already knew each other and they were just drinking and doing their own stuff. So I was kind of bored then. However, luckily, there was a turning point. A girl named Lily just had an eye contact with me and invited me to join their darts game. Apparently she was drunk, so I guess she was just looking for more people to join the game, and it happened to be me. The game is finish the task your darts hit and you'll get a free shot. Before the game started, I checked what kind of task they had. Well, after all, I didn't want to do something too over, like running naked or something. I don't remember if there's any task like this, but they said if you don't want to do the task, then the game is over and you were not allowed to join the game. And I was like, that's totally okay. I could just reject the undesirable task because I'm just a guest. I won't stay here alone, so why not? Besides, I didn't want to let Lily down since she was so excited to ask me to join. Okay, here we go. €2 for a 75% shot. When I heard the task, I was absolutely relieved and thinking, such a piece of a cake. Didi then paid for me straightforwardly because I didn't bring any cash, and I finished the 75% shot and the normal shot candidly. Well, what happened thereafter was I got 100% full Dutch courage to strike up a conversation with the handsome Belgian receptionist I met on my first day there. Well, he hasn't so much good looking as calmly mysterious characteristic, which does attract me. Anyway, I went to talk to him after the alcohol started to cast some effect. However, while our conversation was on the way and maybe was going to be deeper, suddenly a group of drunk people just came. They started to dance and shouted loudly, so yeah, our conversation was forced to cut. It ended with the question from him. So, why are you traveling? That's the second turning point I had on that night. During the 30-minute mass, I was like, guys, could you please leave us alone as soon as possible? But of course, no one knew how eager I was hoping that. At the moment, there were only two options for me, to leave or to wait. Normally, I choose the first one because I feel like I hate the passive option. However, I decided to wait in the end, because I didn't want to give up what I had already done. "30 minutes later, they packed the messy and left. But what they didn't pack was the awkwardness. Both of us didn't know what to say. I then asked about the situation. And he replied, yeah, sometimes some guests would get drunk and get a little messy here, but nothing serious happened before, so it's fine. I see. The air condensed again. In the following 5 seconds, he said nothing. So yeah, I was smart enough to sense that he wasn't that interested in me. And then said, okay, I'm gonna go back. To the upstairs or to the sister hostel you stayed? To the hostel, I said. The air then condensed again for 3 seconds. How about I open a door for you, he said. Yeah, open a door for me. Sounds a little sweet, right? But it's not like that. The door requires to be open no matter coming inside or going outside. I noticed that in 2 days. So the end was, he then continued his work and I left for my hostel. Written by Jessie Chan. Thanks for your reading.